What's happening? What's happening, fam? This is a friendly reminder to let you know that the Apex Trader Funding 80% off evaluation sale that I posted maybe a week ago. It ends tomorrow at midnight. So that's on Eastern time. Eastern time at midnight. So that's an 80% off lifetime sale. What that means is on the anniversary of your sign up, you'll be rebilled at the same discount, 80% off for life or until you cancel or pass. So, of course, if you pass the evaluation, then you move on to the next phase and you don't get billed the small fee. If you cancel, then of course they won't bill you again. But if you cancel, don't wait until the day of. I've never waited that long. I never had a problem, but they say don't wait till the last day. So I've always canceled. If I wanted to cancel, I would cancel. There were times when I canceled. What did I cancel? I canceled because I was on a sale that wasn't as a rate that wasn't as good as this rate. I think they had like a 50% off or 70% off or something. Then they came up with a sale like this. And so I just went in and canceled. I bought the new cheaper rate and I canceled the other one. So there are reasons that come up why you may want to cancel. Or another time I had several and I passed an evaluation. I wanted to concentrate on just one, and it was a pretty big size account. Um, and so I said, I'm not gonna have really. I don't want to trade two. I don't think I'm gonna have the time to trade two. I just want to focus on one because I'm thinking if I get this one right, I don't need the other one. And so I canceled. So there are times when you need to cancel, but when I canceled, I always did it at least 2 days before the anniversary of my sign up date. But that's the deal. So again, the expiration is midnight on the 27th. Right here, you got a little countdown clock. Use my affiliate link below this video because it should have this discount code built in. And it'll take you right to when you click it, it'll take you to this page. You'll see this code. And when you go to pay, that code will be there already on the form and it should apply the 80% off rate. So what are we talking about? 80% off what? These are prop firms. Prop stands for proprietary trading firms. So you're trading someone else's money. But actually, in this first account, you're trading a demo. In this first one, you're trading a demo to prove that you can be trusted to trade someone else's money. All right. And so you pay for this test. Basically, it's like a paid test. Okay. And sometimes they're called challenges. There are a number of these firms around, and they call these tryouts. They call them challenges or evaluations. So some firms call them challenges, other firms call them evaluations. It's the same thing, no big deal. So the way it goes is you have to take a test. Basically, you're trading real future symbols, and you're trading real prices with the real a live real price stream coming to your computer, and they record your trading results. So you have a profit target, and you have uh, a line, a limit on how much you can lose, and that's called drawdown. How much you can be negative in the trade. So you'll see here, they have various account sizes on Apex. They have so this is like notion. We call these bigger amounts notional value. So that's the value of the account size you're controlling. But I'm gonna give you this little tip. The most important information is this right here. That's drawdown. That's how negative can you be? How much money can you lose before failing the evaluation? That's what that is. So when you buying these account sizes, in my opinion, I think you should really think of it in terms of buying this cushion. You're buying cushion. Don't think of this. That's the first sucker move, to see if people are greedy enough to look at this big dollar amount and just buy this when the main number is this. Now, of course, 25, 50 is twice 25, but this trailing threshold, which is your, I'm going to explain what trailing means in a second. You don't get twice the trailing threshold. So you got to kind of look at that too. Okay. And so you can kind of see the rate at which it goes up, and it goes all the way up to 250K or even more. 300K. And they have a thing called evaluation resets. I never do this anymore. I used to do this. So what that is let's say you get the account and you fail it in 3 or 4 days. That happens, especially in the beginning when you don't have no experience. You don't have any experience. You don't realize how fast the money comes. So you have a positive gain real fast, and you can also have you're going to have a negative gain real fast, just as fast as the positive gain came. So the point of all this is to get your emotions in line with all that and develop a strategy so that you can capture the small gain and stop. What a lot of folks do is they start with one or two accounts to practice to pass, to get their system in, and then if you're smart, you're trading the smaller size called a micro, which is 1/10 of an E-mini. If all this is confusing to you, if you've never heard it before, don't be intimidated by it. It's easy. It's easy to learn. You can sign up on my Patreon. You can get it, but you can also go to CME Group. That stands for Chicago Mercantile Exchange. CMEgroup.com. They run the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. That's the exchange that's running the futures market, and they have free education on their site. And so they take you from a 101 newbie rookie level, and you can get a real basic, like their educational modules take maybe 2 hours. Okay, so the 101 level, you can get a basic understanding of this stuff I'm talking about in 2 hours. Now, some of it is still going to be a little foreign, but once you start actually trading, it'll make sense when you actually do it. When you see it, you go, "Oh, that's what they're talking about." It's not as complex as it sounds when you're just reading it dry, but when you actually start to trade, you understand it better. Now think like these micros. You see how I said the micros are 1/10 the size. So for every one contract, it's 10 micros. So of course, 40 divided by 4, by 10 would be 4. So you can trade the full one, not full, a E-mini contract. That's the most popular size. And so one E-mini controls $100,000. There's a larger size for the institutional folks, the big money folks. That's called a standard size that controls $1 million. Um, the micro controls $10,000. So think of it this way: if that instrument you're trading moves 1%, you get 1% of the notional value. So if you're big money grip, and you've worked your way up to trade the standard size, which is $1 million, 1% move, what's that, $10,000. And many of these symbols move more than 1% a day. Okay, so it's not. So your job is going to figure out what's a safe amount, repeatable amount that I can capture every day. Get a small amount. And so what a lot of folks are doing in this prop world, they try to get real good at getting the equivalent of say $100 to $300. I know that sounds like nothing, but $100 to $300 a day. And then they go buy 10, 20, or 30 of these evaluations, and they use copy trading software. This gets into deep water. Once you get in this, or let's say if you join my Patreon, or you just go to any computer community, whether that's Discord or you start watching other videos, you're gonna learn about the trade copying software, because that's what essentially everybody's doing. And so they buy a whole, they come back, so they pass the evaluation, right? Or they pick one of these, whichever one they want. Uh, uh and they had, so if you planning on getting scaling up, sometimes when they know that they can pass it, they'll get one of these bigger accounts, and they know that, okay, I got room in the account for me to scale up and trade a whole lot of contracts, and I can use copy trading software. And what copy trading software does is you're looking at the screen, and you're just looking at one thing. So let's say you're trading two contracts. That's what I like to trade, is two micros. So a small move in that, it's not, I mean, that thing will move. You can make $500 pretty easily. I mean, you'll have swings within a day where it'll go up or down, the equivalent of $500 to $700 in a day, several times within a 24-hour period. But anyway, so you got to figure out how you do that. But so what people do is they get the copy trading software. They get real good at trying to take a small amount, not a big amount, because the bigger amount you try to capture, the more risk there is, the greater your chance of failing. But a small amount multiplied times 10, let's say $100, and you come back in after you pass, and you get another account, or 10 more accounts, or whatever evaluations, and you go through and you pass the evaluation again. So now that $100 move per day is a really $1,000, because you have 9 other accounts in the background that you don't see. So the copy trading software mirrors what you do on the page you're looking at, on the chart you're looking at, to 9 others in the background. So that's basically what that is. But on this page they have a FAQ. Should be up here. Yeah, so that'll answer some of your questions. And down here you got, like I said, the account sizes. The ones at the top here we were looking at, I guess I can't really say it like that. All of it is PC. Uh, some of it is Mac. Let me say it that way. If you want to, okay. There once upon a time this company. There was a company called, it's in the bottom section, called Tradervate. But very recently, this bigger company, this is the company, Ninja Trader, that makes the most commonly used charting software. And Rhythmic is a data provider, so they provide the stream of the prices. So it's common in the futures world. You have one company that's giving you the software, the charts, and another company gives you the data to make the charts work. Okay, there was another company called Tradervate, and they were appreciated by Mac people, because a Mac, they can run on a Mac and a PC. But Ninja Trader runs only on PC. But now the Ninja Trader group bought the Tradervate group, and on this company Apex, you can pick whichever one you want. And so you got Rhythmic Trader options up here at the top, and these are the ones we were just looking at. If you have a Macintosh, you see here it says Tradeovate Ninja Trader. So the all of this part about the drawdown is all the same. All that information is the same. But the account rates, what it costs. Now this is these amounts you see here is without the discount applied. So it does not cost 167. The 80% off will be applied to this amount. Okay. So let's see, if we just did 10% would be 16.7. So that would be about $32, right? 10% times 2, something like 33 and some change for this one. But on the Mac, and this is the Mac, this is the one that runs on both. I can't say Mac. Tradeovate runs on both. Ninja Trader above runs just on PC. So some people have both a Mac and a PC. So they would come down here and select this, but you can only be connected to one at a time. And they do have a mobile app for your Android, iPhone, any kind of smartphone you have. They have a Ninja Trader has an app for it. But just like I was saying with Tradeovate, you can only be connected to one at a time because of Rhythmic, this the data provider. So Rhythmic provides the data up here, and Tradeovate has a whole nother company. They provide the data down here. But the prop firm is paying for that data feed from your fee. And so it's a lot of people, so they don't allow you to have more than one connection at a time. All right. So that's behind the scenes on that. But if you have any other questions, I'm not going to try to answer every question because it's a whole, you might have a lot of them. I'm trying to guess what the more immediate ones would be. Just put them below the video. And so I was saying about the resets earlier. A reset is when you blow up the account, meaning you break a rule or you cause yourself to get disqualified. And what happens in that case is your account is frozen until it's rebuilt on your anniversary date. Or if you just say, I can't wait, I want to start trading again right now, they charge you this evaluation reset to resume trading before the rebuild. So when you rebuild, you get an automatic reset. So they reset your everything back to the starting point at the rebuild. That's if you fail. If you were almost if your account was, let's say you start trading and the day 31 comes, or your anniversary date comes, you haven't passed but you haven't failed, they won't touch your balance. They'll leave everything as is. They'll bill you and you'll just keep trading. So you get to keep marching towards your goal. They don't reset you to start all over. You have no deadline. You have until infinity or the company go out of business to pass the evaluation. There is no deadline. So you have a profit target, but you don't have a deadline to reach it. So that's another key. They're testing you to see how patient you are, how greedy you are, because you don't have to pass it in 30 days. Okay. Now with Apex, I think they give you 10 days minimum. I think it's seven. But check behind me in the FAQ. They tell you all that in the FAQ. I think it's 7 days minimum trading. They want to make sure that you didn't get lucky and you caught a good spike and you got the target in 1 or 2 days. They want to make sure that you have a good plan that's repeatable. So they're going to make you log 7 days. All right. So that's so I talked about the evaluation reset. I personally don't do them anymore. I used to do it all the time. Now, if I fail, I punish myself by making myself not be able to trade anymore until the reset. Because if you reward bad behavior, you won't improve. So that's my approach to it. Let's see what else. I think that's about it. Another the beautiful thing about Ninja Trader is what you really should be doing is having a simple profit target. Like I said, $1 to $300. Get that and stop. On the other hand, the more you trade, the better you get. But the more you understand, it takes experience to understand. However, the more you trade intraday, on any one day, the more likely you're gonna make a mistake. So how you get around that conundrum? Well, Ninja Trader has a demo mode where your trades don't count towards the evaluation, but it's still the data coming in and everything, and you still got the charts. And so you can, so once you're when you're in the evaluation, you hit your profit target, you can get out of that evaluation account and go into the demo account, and you can keep trading to try your strategy out where those results don't matter. So you still get the growth of having the repeated experience, but without adding more risk to your evaluation account results. That's really, really great. So both Ninja Trader and Tradeovate have a demo mode. And so I think that this evaluation account path is the best way to go. I can hear someone asking, why would I want to pay them real money to trade fake money? Because when you're learning, you're going to lose a whole lot of money. You're going to lose thousands, and you're going to lose for a long time until you learn. A lot of people lose. The more money you have, the more money you have to lose. The more money you have, the more money you have to lose. I say that because a lot of people come into this and they go, well, I got 25 or 30,000. I'm going to try to learn that. No, fool. You're going to lose all of that. All of it. Don't do that. Do this and pay a small fee. You gonna, whatever, depending on the demo account size you do. I don't recommend ever even getting involved in this prop trading stuff unless it's got a deep discount like 80%. I in the beginning, when there were not as many of these firms, you didn't have these sales like this. So I had to pay that full big amount that you see on this these larger amounts now here. I was paying that. Oh God, one company, FTMO, I paid 650 or something like that. Okay. But as you know how capitalism works, other companies came on board and they started competing with each other, and in came the 80% off discounts and all that. And I'm at the point now, I won't even give them a penny if it's not at an 80% discount or something like that. I won't do it, because I can't justify giving them that much real money, you know. But the beauty of trading at a doing this is psychologically, once you put real money out there, you're gonna fight to protect it. If it doesn't cost you anything, or you don't have any skin in the game at all, you'll trade one day, not trade the next day, not take it seriously. You need to take it seriously, and you need to do it every day so you can really see how these markets work, because you're going to notice certain patterns as the trading volume changes at certain very predictable points in the 24-hour day. The futures market opens at 6 p.m. Eastern and closes at 5 p.m. Eastern. You heard that right. It's open 23 hours a day. They got symbols for gold and energy, corn, wheat, all that. Symbols for the S&P 500, NASDAQ. So you got your Tesla and Apple, which is embedded in the NASDAQ. You got everything. It's lots of ways to make money in this. But I think I'm gonna go on and shut this down because I had a senior moment. I was making a point and I forgot what it was. But yeah, jump in. If you have any questions, put them below the video. I'll try to answer it, give you what I got. If you want a more continuous kind of experience or discourse with me, join the Patreon. I'm pretty active on there. I'm pretty honest. I'm trading too. I'm putting my ideas up there as these charts are making the patterns. You can see when I'm right. You can see when I'm wrong. Okay, so you're gonna get it all. And I show you a whole lot of very good. I kind of more or less I curate a lot of the good sites on YouTube. So I'm going to be giving you information that comes from me, but I'm also going to be directing information to you from sites beyond me. There's some good traders out here on YouTube, and it takes one to know one. So I'll be able to tell you, hey, check that person out. Check that person out, or check this video out, check this out, or go to this site. Like I said earlier, go to the CME, and there are other sites I give out like that, where especially if there's free information and it's quality stuff. And so I don't want to charge people a whole lot of money, and I don't want people to lose a whole lot of money trying to learn, because when you learn, you're gonna need money. And if you wasted some big 25 or 30K amount jumping out there trading real money when you didn't know what you were doing, you just dug a hole for yourself. So now you got the skill, but you don't have the seed capital to do anything with it. So this prop trading method solves that. So it's no longer about uh having money. It's about having knowledge, because it doesn't take a whole lot of money to do this. And so, like I said, you can see several $100s, and you can per day of opportunity. I'm not saying that you will be good enough to get that profit. That's what you're working on. I don't know you. I don't know your level of dedication to it, your discipline, but it's out there. That's the first lesson you're going to learn in the first week. In the first 2 or 3 days, you're going to be like, whoa. Now I see why this is on TV, or why it's such a big deal on these financial channels. Now I see why all the rich folks are hovering around this area, because it's nobody has kept us out of this. Okay, I mean, there's another brother in the manosphere who got a show. He likes to talk about crypto and stuff and say that what they don't want us to know. No, we didn't want us to know. We made this choice to put all our eggs in the political basket and not pursue economics, and more specifically, the stock market itself. Duh. The more direct path to interacting with capitalism and economics is the stock market or the financial market. I'm saying financial because I want to embrace futures and forex, not just stocks. Okay, crypto, all of it, the financial markets. It was here all the while. We just chose not to relate to it. And I think the broader society projects it as something that's like you have to be a brainiac to learn this. It's not true. It's not true. That's the biggest scam out there. They played on us, but they also play it on them, because it's not even a race thing. Okay, it's a class thing, and it's a class and a race thing. But the rich play this game on the poor, in my opinion, to create a labor pool. Okay, but as people, we're in the information age now, and so the jig is up, the word is out, and I'm going to tell you, as a trader, some of these young folks you see on YouTube bragging about how much money they make in trading, they are not lying. Some are lying, some are not. The amounts they're throwing out there, that's real. That's real and doable. And there are people making that. Now, that particular person might be lying, they might not be. Until I see them on a chart or explaining a trade setup, I won't have a good instinct about whether they're lying or not. They're just talking about it in the abstract. But you can't judge a book by its cover, because there are a lot of setups that work. And that little 16-year-old you seeing on YouTube might have stumbled upon one or two setups, and that's all you need is one or two setups that repeat often, that you can exploit. And if you have the discipline to only trade those setups and nothing else, then yeah, you can make a lot of money. Because what all they're doing is what I said earlier. They're getting a simple profit, and over time they're increasing the size or number of contracts. In the case of futures, the number of contracts that they're putting on it. In Forex, it would be the number of lots. Okay. In stocks, it would be the number of shares, but it's the same concept. You find a simple structure that you can recognize, and you can trade successfully at a high percentage, and you just do that and nothing else. Don't trade anything else. And over time, you just increase the size that you're putting on, the size of your position, as we say. And that's it. But I've rambled on this video. I really didn't mean to, but yeah, down here at the bottom you see all the different things you can trade. It's like it's a crazy amount of stuff. I mean, you don't need all that. You're gonna pick, more than likely you're gonna pick one thing. Me, I just trade the NASDAQ. But you got gold, silver, copper, you know, they got Ethereum, okay, and Bitcoin, okay, Bitcoin futures. It's, you know, it's all on here. Where's the Bitcoin on here? You got the Russell 2000. That's your small caps. That's like if you into the penny stocks. Well, there's a futures equivalent, because all those penny stocks are here in the Russell 2000. So they got their own index. You know, but where's the Bitcoin? So it's here. So when people say you know, crypto ain't going nowhere, the mania of crypto has even affected the legitimate big money whales. Okay, they are trading it in this futures market. Now, over here in the, so you got all the metals, you got gold, silver, palladium, platinum, all that. Then you got this is the small size. I was saying that's 1/10 the size of the e-mini, because up here these were the minis, the e-mini. So the mini is 1/10 the size of the standard. Remember, the standard controls $1 million. The E-mini is 1/10 of that. It controls $100,000. And the micro is 1/10 the size of the E-mini, and the micro controls $10,000. Okay, so you got the micro S&P. I'm looking at cryptocurrencies. There you go. So you got the Bitcoin micro, and you got Ethereum. That's all you got is those two, but that's enough. You don't need any more. So in it's not really, I was about to say in futures, I'm correcting myself. In trading, once you really learn how to read charts, it's not really about what you trade. It's how you trade. It's when to enter and exit. Just about everything moves up and down. And so you can make money in both directions when it's moving up and down. What you're trying to learn is when to enter and when to exit. What to trade doesn't matter, because you can just trade the S&P 500. Once you get over here and you get this experience and you see how much money is made in a little bit of time, the first thing you're going to do is get pissed off. You're going to be like, wait a minute, I've been spending 8 hours on this job, not including the hour drive or 30-minute drive to and from the job, not including the time it takes me to dress and put on my clothes to get there. So that one job is consuming about 10 hours of my 24-hour day. And I can make that amount of money in 1 to 2 hours in my drawers at home. potentially, theoretically, if you get good at it. Yeah, but that's it. Put your questions below the video and hop on this sale. Don't expect to understand everything at the out the gate. Don't refrain from giving this a shot because it sounds confusing to you, or you think it's too difficult. You will get it. You, at least, in terms of understanding the concepts. In terms of how good of a trader you're going to be, that's personal. It depends on you at that point. You know. But there are many people out here younger than you, much older than you, uh, less bright than you. So trading can be very simple or it can be very difficult. It's just how we make it. It's up to the person. And there are all kinds of strategies and systems out here, and all of them work, but none of them work all the time. There's nothing perfect. There's nothing guaranteed, but all of these systems work if you follow the rules. And as you learn more things over time, and you likely will, you'll understand why some of those failures happen in some of those other systems, because when you're just learning, you don't know what you don't know. And so when you learn a more sophisticated concept, you go, oh, okay, now I see why that system was working at this part of the wave cycle, but it didn't work at this other part of the wave cycle. So you know I'm out of here. I'm rambling. Peace.